There's no way, because if you're trying to sell to everybody, you're really selling to no one. And that's why it's important too to have a niche. Hi guys, welcome. So today I'm going to be talking to you guys all about establishing a brand for your teacher business. And I think sometimes people, when they hear the word brand, they're like, what exactly is a brand? But don't make it complicated. I promise you it's not that hard. Really, all it is defining your business, and it's the way you express that to your community or your audience. So it's how you make your business known to your customers. So right now, I've recently updated my brand, and it's helping online teachers increase their income. That's it. And then I share content to help people with that. And then eventually, if people are interested, they might take a course with me, or they might purchase a digital product that I offer. And then I have another niche for tutoring, but that's kind of like, I don't really work on that. People just come to me either through word of mouth or through a website that connects teachers to students or tutors to students. So that is just kind of like on autopilot. But let's get back to branding. So your teacher brand, you really want to think about a few questions when you're trying to establish your teacher brand. One of the first questions you need to answer is, who am I serving? So if you want private students, if you want to increase your income, you need to niche down. So who is your niche for teaching private students online? Are you teaching ESL? But who are you teaching ESL to? Are you teaching to business people? Are you teaching kids? Are you teaching a group of people from a specific country? So once you know that, then the next thing you need to do is survey your community. Find out what they want. So you might survey people by going into groups that already have your niche is like part of that group, whether it's in a Facebook group, or you could look on YouTube and see like what people like from other YouTubers if you're just starting out. If you already have somewhat of a community, you could actually have a survey for them and have them fill out a survey and find out what they're struggling with and what their desired outcome is. And once you know that, those two things, what they're struggling with, what their desired outcome is, then you're going to speak to that in the content that you create. And that's it. You just keep cycling through that content. So to develop your brand, there's a couple things that you can do. You can create a website or a YouTube channel, and that will help you connect with your audience. You're going to establish a trust factor with them because you're providing them with that free content, and they get to know who you are, what you do, and how you do it. And that really, really helps them get to know you and trust you and potentially buy something from you. And part of your brand strategy is to see what resonates with your community and keep speaking to that once you know what resonates with them. You want them to know how you're going to get them from pain to gain. So that's why I told you want to make sure that you know what their struggle is and what their desired outcome is, and then speak to that in your content. You want to think about, are you offering a product or are you offering a service? And you want to have your strategy for promoting your product or your service. So as a teacher, if you're going to offer a product, it could be a digital product, like something that you sell on Pay Teachers, such as a resource. You could offer a course. And then I would say the higher the price is, the more detailed and lengthy your branding strategy needs to be. So if you're selling something that's $100 or more, you're really going to have to get into the details of how you're going to get the people that would potentially buy it from that struggle to that desired outcome. And then if you're trying to brand a service, I think tends to be a little bit more simple because it's not such a higher price. Like it depends, I guess. With your products, it could be easier too, depending on what the price is again. But with service, there's a couple things you can do, because service would be like tutoring. You're giving private lessons. So you could brand yourself on a website, like a tutoring website that connects you with students. And then on your profile, whatever you put in your profile, you're going to explain why you're the best teacher for them. That's what your brand is going to be. That's your service branding strategy. And then how you're going to transform their skills in some way. So, and then even testimonials can be part of that service branding strategy. And it really could be part of the product too. If people have a testimonial about your course or a digital product that you sold to them, that can make other people want to buy as well. Word of mouth also helps, and staying in touch with your community. So let's talk a little bit about branding versus marketing. So think of branding as your business identity, and then think of marketing as like getting eyeballs on your brand, getting that traffic to you. So a couple things for marketing include connecting with your audience, and you can connect with them on your website, on a YouTube channel, like I'm doing on my Facebook Live. So any type of media that you can give to them for free is part of your marketing strategy. It's getting that traffic. And then communicating with people in a way that resonates with them. And then you also are going to need sales skills for your marketing. So that's something that you can study. And then as teachers, you really have to think of yourself as an individual brand, because that's really what we are. It's not like we're some big corporation. You're a one woman or a one man operation. So you want to focus on how you can present yourself in a way that resonates with your community. So it's all about making genuine connections. That's what I love doing. And you really have to get comfortable with the fact that when you're putting free content out there, not every single person is going to buy whatever it is that you're selling. So just get comfortable with knowing that, and really hone in on that joy that comes from helping people, so that when you are sharing like this, that it's sparking joy inside of you. And that is how you're going to connect with your community. So you really have to like what you do in order to spark that joy. If you like what you do, you're not going to be bothered if not every single person buys from you, because that's just impossible. It's just, that happens with every single brand, every single business. There's no way, because if you're trying to sell to everybody, you're really selling to no one. And that's why it's important too to have a niche. So make sure you're not just teaching English, but you're teaching to a specific group, or Spanish, or whatever it may be. So once you're comfortable with the fact that only a certain amount of people will convert, you're going to just say, I'm putting this content out there to serve my community, whether they buy or not. And it's a lot of fun, in my opinion. So with your overall online branding strategy, don't overcomplicate things. Choose one platform. So for me, my main platform is my blog, and then I do a Facebook Live about my blog. So today I posted this blog, and now you have access to the blog. And then I convert this Facebook Live to a YouTube video. So even though my main platform is my blog, I repurpose my content for Facebook and then YouTube. And I don't even edit my own videos anymore. I pay someone to edit for me. My friend Joe, if you guys know him, it's Joe Milne. You can check out his YouTube channel too. He's really talented at editing. So I pay him to edit for me. So that's taking away an extra step, because once, when you are a one-person business, there's so many things to do. So at a certain point, you do have to pay people to do some work for you. So choose one platform, post weekly on that platform, and then last week we talked about a lead magnet. So you can make sure you have a lead magnet to stay in touch with people so you can email them, and then at a certain point have a strategy for giving your community your offer, whether that's through an email, through a webinar, or you're just telling them like this on video whatever your offer is. With your communication, once you have that online branding strategy, the last step is just to stay consistent. You can communicate with your blog, with your video, or with email, and bridging the gap between what your community is struggling with and their desired outcome. So that way they know that you're the go-to person to help them. And when you're doing it consistently, they're ready and waiting for your information and excited to hear from you. And then just ensure that you have a plan. So maybe come up with 50 to 100 topics to discuss or to write about. And then you're going to be consistent because you have those topics listed out. And then organize all of those ideas, kind of decide what you want to prioritize, and set a date to publish the content for each of those ideas. Are you ready? Go! So for accountability, in the comments, you can tell me one goal you have for your teacher brand, and I look forward to seeing those comments. Hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.